You're trying to decide between Santana Valley and the city of Maricopa. They are so close on the map, or so it seems, and they seem really similar. Or so it seems. And you're drawn to the amazing price points, but you're trying to make a decision whether or not Santana Valley or Maricopa works best for you. Don't go anywhere because we're going to break it down right after this. The number one reason people are drawn to Santana Valley and the city of Maricopa are obviously housing affordability. These are two fantastic areas. And let me tell you, in the 20 years that I have seen them develop, they have both grown up to some amazing, very different cities that have a lot to offer. There's a lot of similarities and there's a lot of differences. Let's break them apart and let's start with the city of Maricopa and kind of explaining what it is. The city of Maricopa is about 20 miles outside of Chandler. Yes, it is only one way in, which is interstate, state route, highway, I don't even know, 347, right outside of Chandler. So what I like about Maricopa is that you are literally 30 to 40 minutes away from the massive employment, the massive medical care, shopping, dining, entertainment, freeway systems. Like it is just a hop and a skip away, but you're still at that kind of bottleneck little area. But you're going to be about 45 minutes from the airport. Hey, there's a great proximity there, right? There's one road, it's 347. And right now, that's where the biggest bottleneck is getting in and out. So if you work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 job, that's when you're going to experience it the most. It's a 2-lane in and 2-lane out, and there's two painful stoplights that cause all the backup. The good thing is they are talking about not only widening this road, but they're also talking about overpasses that will eliminate those lights altogether. I have a friend that owns a business, a very large business, that has already signed a lease to go out in the city of America because they have some internal information on what those roads might look like in a 3 to 5 year period of time. So my thought is that although there may be equal distance, city of Santana Valley and the city of Maricopa outside of the main metropolitan area, you're going to find the city of Maricopa is much more accessible, not only to connect to the northern part, which would be Chandler, Ahwatukee, the airport, Tempe, etc., but it's also closer proximity to Casa Grande. Now, Casa Grande is still a very old town, to be honest with you. We have seen a lot of new construction as the demand in the greater Phoenix area continues to grow. What I am seeing is a lot of very large companies right now doing a lot of dirt acquisition, so very, very large parcels. So if you typically watch what commercial is doing, it'll tell you what residential will be doing eventually. So my point is that Maricopa is closer to Casa Grande, and although there's not a ton of employment and a ton of draw in Casa Grande right now, long term there will be. So for that reason, I particularly care. I like the city of Maricopa a little bit more than Santana Valley if you are reliant on outside employment and if you want to have the closeness of major employment and again all the activities, etc. Now here's the other difference is the city of Maricopa is incorporated and Santana Valley is not. What does this mean? So right now Maricopa is enjoying those benefits of being incorporated. And what do I mean? Number one, you're going to have a slightly higher tax rate because basically what you're doing is you're inviting government into your community. And this puts that government, those decisions much closer to the homeowners and the people of the community so you can make changes and additions and make things happen at a much quicker pace. So you're going to see a lot of benefits from this that the city of Maricopa has already adopted. And what do I mean by that? We're talking about big name restaurants that are going in there. We're also starting to see a lot more nightlife, and we have multiple choices as far as restaurants, not just fast food. You're talking about every kind of service, amenities. You're seeing a lot of the big stores like Ross. There's 2 grocery stores, and there is Winco's going to be going out there. That's kind of on the hush. It's coming down the road, and Tractor Supply is going to be opening up out there. We also are going to start to see a lot more rentals in this area. This is a great rental market because, again, the the proximity. We are going to be seeing apartments, duplexes, and two-bedroom build-to-rent single-family homes in this area. So from an investor perspective, you might see rents go down a little bit because there'll be more rentals available. But I'll tell you, being able to purchase homes in the 200s and the 300,000. What a great opportunity to buy these, hold these properties 15 to 20 years, 30 years, get that mortgage paid off by a tenant. And there you go, is your college tuition for your children. I'm telling you, investing is just a little bit different. And so finding a home just outside of the greater Phoenix area at this price point is a great idea for long-term hold investors. Here's one of the great things too about Maricopa that I just love, and I wish they had it in every city. It's a huge multi-generational community center. And this particular one in the city of Maricopa is called Copper Sky. And they have all kinds of aquatic programs, everything like you would a normal community center, but it's open to the entire community. Residents, it only costs $29 a month. You can also get day passes for $10, and these are the adult fares. There's discounts for seniors, veterans, and also children are about half off. So everyone in the city of Maricopa has access to an amazing aquatic center, lessons and activities and things like that. So I just love that. Also, because it is incorporated, you're going to see a lot more grassy areas, parks. They have some beautiful landscape, like as you're driving into town, the beautiful palm trees and the center of the roads. And they have this big, huge M now. I'm telling you, I just love it. And right now there is about 75,000 people that live in Maricopa. And because there are actually, just to let you know, you can go all the way through town on 347. So it's not just like a court, a cul-de-sac. There are different roads to get in and out of Maricopa, but from the Phoenix area, there's just one. So you're going to take 347 to get in, but there's another direction of 347 to get out. You can also take Interstate 8. You can go around the back end. You can wind up on the west part of the valley by taking 8. It's actually pretty cool. I just took 8 out to San Diego. That's the route you actually go. And if you're going to be going down to Mexico or California, etc., closer proximity from this destination. For those reasons, I really love Maricopa. And again, the single family homes that are currently being built out there are some more remote where you can get some smoking deals. I mean, if you don't have a need to go into a city and you just want to get into home ownership, I'm telling you, there's some amazing deals, more so in Maricopa than there are in Santana Valley. So you have to just give us a call so we can walk you through. And if you're coming on out, we will absolutely make sure you get a self-guided tour, and we will make sure you have understanding of where to go and you're not just driving around crazy in different ways. So when you get here and your boots are on the ground, you're going to get the biggest return for your time and your dollar. All right, let's talk about Santana Valley and how does this compare? Now, here's the difference. Some people, again, they look at Maricopa and they think it's just like this island, and it is in the desert. They like Santana Valley because it's connected. It's connected to Queen Creek, and then just south of them, there's also Florence and Coolidge. Now, we are seeing a lot of development in Florence and Coolidge, and there you can get some very, very cheap real estate. But I'll tell you, you're really, really far outside of the greater Phoenix area. And I would say, unless you're planning on an hour plus every single day commute, that might be too far south for you. So Santana Valley, there's a lot of things that are going on there, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of people in a small area. There is actually 100,000 people that own real estate currently right now in the city of Santana Valley. What they're going to be doing right now, this will be the second time, it might actually be the third time, but they are going to be trying to get it on the ballot to incorporate the city. The last time it was turned down. Again, some of those benefits that I was just explaining that City of Maricopa has. Oh, I didn't even touch on some other things. I'll get to that right now. The first thing they have to do is draw their boundaries. The second thing is they have to send it back out to have it petitioned and signatures in at least 10%. So that would be 10,000 signatures. And if they get that, it will go on the ballot in November. And then we will see if they have the approval to move forward with it being incorporated. Now, what will that mean for the current owners or the current residents? It means, number one, property taxes are going to go up. That is part of it. But there's a lot of benefit with this too. Number two, they're going to get their own police department. They do not have that right now. And they're going to get their own fire department, which they do not have right now. And right now, the property owners are paying a separate bill to Rural Metro, which is a fire service, but it's not included in their taxes. So if your house burns down, you can call 911. They'll come and put your house out, but there's going to be a big hefty bill if you didn't pay for fire services in addition to your property taxes. Let me tell you, I used to own a home out there and I didn't even know I had to have a separate bill. This was like 20 years ago, but I didn't know I had a separate bill. And so I didn't have it paid for like 2 years. Thank God my house didn't burn down. Believe you me, I caught up from there and I made sure I didn't make that mistake. And hopefully you don't as well. Here's the other thing. Police, fire. So again, these are all the services that are offered when you become an incorporated city. You will start to see some more parks. And again, some of that communal money spent instead of it always being reliant on the builders and the developers, both commercial and also residential, which right now that is pretty much who's paying for all the common areas. And so therefore there's not a lot of common areas. If you buy into an older community in Santana Valley, you're going to be close to the shopping. That's another thing. The city of Santana Valley, all the shopping is kind of spread out. So it's not like you can go to one area and get all your shopping needs taken care of versus that's what you can get in Maricopa. So there's two different roads in to Santana Valley. The first one is Hunt Highway. That's the OG. Okay. And then they started building another road that connects to, it's Gansel, that connects to State Route 24, which is way up through Queen Creek and then catches to the 202. Now, the great thing about that is there's not a lot of people that necessarily use that road because it's kind of out of the way. So the good thing is there's not a lot of people. So you're going like 90 miles an hour, which means that there may be the potential for safety problems over in this area as, again, more and more people are driving 90 miles an hour and they are on this shared road. So Santana Valley definitely has some challenges, whether or not they get incorporated or not. But here's what the biggest difference is, and people don't realize this. Every city has a water district municipality, and that water district, depending on how much revenue they have, they spend a certain amount of money cleaning our water. So like a massive water filtration system, right? So the city of Maricopa has really good water. The city of Santana Valley does not have good water. Not only is the water quality poor, well, it's not poor, it's safe to drink, but it's just not very good. Let's just put it that way. And it doesn't taste very good. So you're never going to have a freeway into Santana Valley. You will always have kind of more these highways, and it takes a while, again, when the builders are the ones that are having to fork it out in order to pay for it. It's just taking a whole lot longer to develop this area as a city. If you live closer in Santana Valley and you have all the benefits and the amenities of Queen Creek, I like that part. In fact, it's really funny. There's a lot of people that have a Queen Creek mailing address, but they're actually in Pinal County, and they will fight and tooth and nail and tell you they live in Queen Creek, but they don't. It doesn't really matter, honestly, until you sell your home, and then it just has to do with taxes and also where you vote. So Santana Valley has also a lot of children's benefits from the Queen Creek area, which I feel like Maricopa doesn't. Maricopa, again, is on that little island. Santana Valley can lean a lot on Queen Creek, everything from volleyball and softball and soccer and those kind of programs. They kind of combine them because there's not enough children just in Santana Valley and they don't want to leave them isolated. I also almost always find a cute little weekend car wash in Santana Valley, so I like that. But you don't see the big stores. There is a Home Depot in Santana Valley and there's a Costco in Queen Creek that's not too far. So again, it's this. Here's the one benefit that Santana Valley has over Maricopa. If you are looking for horse property or you are looking for that custom home that's not high end, but a custom home maybe on its own well, or maybe it has public water, but it has its private septic and you're on an acre. Santana Valley is hard. Yes, that is the area that I would look to. I absolutely love that. And here's another thing Santana Valley has. Santana Valley has mountain views and it's close proximity to Santana Mountain. So again, I'm kind of torn. Like it depends, if I had to decide between the two cities, where would I live? Well, if I wanted kind of the city life and accessibility, I would be going to Maricopa. If I wanted to have horse property, more remote, if I like that outer part type of living, which I could do if I wasn't still working busy as a realtor, I love Santana Valley. But for me, it doesn't work, but I could make Maricopa work. But you see my dilemma. I love them both. They both have pros and cons. I would love to talk to you about your pros and cons. What's a priority? And then I can share with you my experience in each of these cities and hopefully get you in the right direction so that when you're ready to buy, you know exactly where to buy. All you got to do is pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, or weekends, we got you back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. All right. Until next time, see y'all soon. Bye.